The classroom was filled with excitement and noises. Every student was talking about the new professor who is going to join in today, and everyone can't wait to see him. I heard he's super young and good looking, she said, controlling her excitement as she was ready to raise her number in front of the new professor, who is only a few years older than all the students here. Yeah, and apparently he's really smart, like genius level smart. They both giggled. But you and your best friend Emily were having a conversation of your own. Your voice is lower to keep your chat private. Tell me more about him. You haven't stopped smiling since that night, she said, teasing you. You blushed and glanced around to make sure no one was listening. He was incredible, handsome, charming, and we had this instant connection. It was like we were the only two people in the club. Emily tried to control her excitement. OMG, he sounds so dreamy. Tell me, what was he like? You sighed as your mind went back to that time. He had these deep, mesmerizing eyes and this confident aura, and his smile, Emily, it was to die for. We talked for hours before anything happened. It felt so natural. You are in love, girl. See, I told you going to the club would be fun, and look at you now, all giddy, she said, nudging your elbow playfully while you smiled shyly. I still can't believe it happened. It was just one night, but it was unforgettable. Emily's eyes sparkled with excitement. Did you get his number? You pouted and shook your head. No, it didn't seem necessary at the time. We both agreed it was just for that night, no strings attached. Why all the handsome men do this? Anyways, we'll go to the club this weekend. Who knows, you guys meet again. Before you could respond, the door creaked open and the room fell silent. All eyes shifted to the door. A tall, confident man entered, but it was a shock for you. Your breath caught in your throat as you recognized him immediately. It was the same stranger from that night with whom you had one night stand, and now he's your professor. Oh my god, the professor is really young and handsome, unbelievable. You were so shocked that you stumbled and nearly lost your balance, but Emily caught you. Easy girl, what happened to you? Why, it looks like you've seen a ghost. She noticed the shock and concern on your face. Emily, it's him. Emily's eyes widened when realization hit her. You mean, no way, you mean he's that guy from the club? You nodded while she covered her mouth in shock. Good morning everyone, I'm your professor John Jungkook and I'll be teaching you this semester. He said smoothly while his eyes scanning the whole classroom before they landed on you, and he also looked a little surprised. I think he recognized you as well, she whispered when Jungkook's eyes fixed on you. You bent a little, trying to hide yourself behind the guy in front of you. Jungkook cleared his throat and looked at the other students. He got the biggest shock on his first day at joining itself. Okay, please sit down. Everyone sat down, and throughout the lecture Jungkook and you both felt awkward and still in shock. He kept looking at you from time to time while you looked away whenever your eyes met. As the class ended, students started to go out. You and Emily also got up because it was hard for you to even look at Jungkook. This was really so unexpected and you have no idea how to face him. You have so many questions in your mind. As you passed Jungkook, he called your name, making your heart beat super fast. Wangin, can we talk? You looked at Emily and she nodded before leaving you two alone. He walked near you and you both were feeling a little awkward to face each other. I didn't expect to see you here. You finally looked at him. Neither did I. This is really so unexpected. He nodded. You didn't tell me that you were a professor. We decided to keep our identities secret except our name. You remember that? Even I didn't know you were a student until now. You looked down as your cheeks turned slightly pink. Now, what are we going to do? It's really hard to forget all that. I mean, I still can't believe that you are my professor. Well, I know it's more complicated, but we are both adults and we can figure it out. Your eyes slightly widened in surprise and cheeks turned pink as you understood his words. I'm not forcing anything, only if you are comfortable, otherwise, we can forget everything and move on, if that's possible. Let's see where our feelings leads us to. Until then, it's better if we keep it professional. Jungkook nodded, accepting your piece of advice. Jungkook and you both tried to figure out your feelings but realized that the more you tried to forget about that night, it was bringing you closer day by day. After a month, you both started to date as a couple. Only Emily knew everything from the start and she already knew it will happen after how happy you always seemed from the very first day you met Jungkook. You smiled when Jungkook wiped the corner of your mouth with a tissue. Am I being messy? You said in a low tone while he chuckled softly. No, you are being too cute and I can't handle that. This made you giggle, but you tried to keep your voice low as you were inside a theater. Today you came to watch a movie together. You don't like me being cute? You teased him while he leaned a little closer, making your heart beat faster. Should I show you how much I like you? You threw a popcorn at him while he laughed a little. You are being a pervert. Why don't you like me this way? You narrowed your eyes. We are here to watch the movie, so let's not waste our money. You can watch the movie while I will watch you. You covered your face with a bucket of popcorn as you were red because of blush. You all have to go through these notes because tomorrow I'm going to be taking a test, so you better study, okay? He said, looking at everyone. I can't hear you. Is that okay, everyone? Yes, they all still replied very boringly because no one likes to give tests. After the class ended and Jungkook left, Emily turned towards you. Now tell me what happened. You went on a date yesterday, right? She asked excitedly, turning towards you. We went for a movie and then for dinner and lastly a walk on the beach. That's it. She raised a brow. That's it. You didn't go any further? Your cheeks turned red and you got up. Yeah, what are you talking about? You know what exactly I'm talking about. Just tell me, she said, nudging your elbow. The answer is no. Just because we had a nightstand that night because we were strangers doesn't mean we'll cross our lines again and again. We are simply dating for now. She gave you a suspicious look. You are missing out so much. You rolled your eyes and walked away while she followed. Don't be shy. It's not like you guys never did it. Thank you so much, you said with a smile while taking the cup of coffee from Jungkook's hand. He sat beside you. Do you want some cookies with it? No, I like my coffee alone. By the way, I've got something for you. You should see that. You put the cup on the table and got up to reach out to your bag when suddenly you felt dizzy and dropped back on the couch. Ryan, are you okay? He said, getting worried. You nodded. I think so. I don't know why I've been feeling weird from past few days. Then why didn't you go to the doctor? We are going right away. It's okay, Jungkook. Maybe it's because of low blood pressure. He got up and grabbed your hand. We'll see that. You need to get your checkup done and I can't take any risk with your health. It was the weekend today and you have thought of spending a day in his apartment, but this also slipped out of your hands. Despite your protest, Jungkook brought you to the hospital with him as he got so much worried about you. The doctor told you to get some tests done, and now you both were waiting for the reports. The door opened and your doctor walked inside. She smiled and sat on a chair. What came in the reports, doctor? Is she okay? She looked at you. Why? Did you miss your periods? You looked at her confused but still replied. Yes, I think for 2 or 3 months. I don't know exactly. She nodded while her heart started to race as she asked these questions. But why are you asking? Am I? She nodded while her heart dropped. Yes, you are 2.5 months pregnant. The words hit you like a tidal wave. You looked at Jungkook, his expressions mirroring your shock. Panic began to rise within you and your mind racing with 1,000 questions. What? Pregnant? She nodded, looking a little confused by her reaction, while Jungkook tried to calm you down, although he was equally shocked. Wine, calm down. Oh my god, Jungkook, this is so. You don't have words to say while Jungkook cupped your face gently. It's okay, Ryan, stop panicking first. We'll get through this, don't worry, he said, pulling you into a hug. I didn't expect this. What are we going to do? Jungkook caressed your back gently. We'll figure it out, step by step. You're not alone in this. Ryan, please don't cry. We'll figure out something. He tried to comfort you as you look highly upset. It was only one time. How can it be possible? I swear I've never been with any other guy. You said, looking at Jungkook with teary eyes while he pulled you into a hug. I believe you, Ryan, and I will never leave you alone in this. What will we going to do now? He pulled back and grabbed your shoulders gently. We will be okay, just trust me, but first we should meet your parents. Your eyes widened. What? No, they will definitely not leave me after finding out about this. Ryan, I'm telling you that I'm with you. I will handle everything, just trust me. You gulped as you don't know what is going to happen now. Your friends' parents, if they got to know about your pregnancy, it will be so hard to deal with it. But you were a little relieved that Jungkook was willing to help you and trusted you instead of running away. Ryan, what a surprise, sweetie. Come inside. Your mom welcomed you as you came back home after so many months. Then her eyes fell on Jungkook. Is this gentleman with you? She said, looking at you with a smile while you nodded hesitantly. You were nervous that how you're going to break this news to them and what will they think of you after this. Yes, ma'am, I'm her boyfriend. Omo, really? You're so handsome, dear. Please come. I've never thought my daughter will fall in love with someone. She's not that type, but I'm very happy. At least by the end of her studies, she found one. She said, walking near the couch while you both followed her. You were so nervous, but Jungkook was giving you strength. You both sat down while she brought drinks for both of you. Where is Appa? He's on a business trip. By the way, what's your name? She said, looking at Jungkook, who smiled slightly. I'm Jungkook. You all talked normally for a while, but your mom could see the changes in your behavior. You looked nervous and she knew something was off. Vaiana, are you okay? Your heart dropped and tears filled in your eyes. What happened? Why are you crying? Mom, I'm so sorry. You couldn't able to control yourself while your mom came near. She looked at Jungkook. What happened to her? Is everything okay? Ma'am, actually, we have to tell you something. Now your mom looked a little worried. Yes, tell me what happened. Jungkook took a deep breath and decided to tell her everything. Your mother was shocked when she heard that, and also that Jungkook is not only a boyfriend but also professor. She tried to process everything. I'm so sorry, ma'am. It was a mistake, but I'm not going to run away from my responsibility. I'm always here to take care of Ian. She looked at him for a short moment, and the room was pin drop silent. How can I trust you with that? How can I trust that you won't leave my daughter? Jungkook looked at you. His eyes were filled with promises and determination. Because I love her and I want to marry her. Your heart skipped a beat. This was really surprising for you as well. Your mother knew that you made a mistake, but seeing Jungkook's honesty, she knew he was the right one for you. I'll trust you with my daughter. Let's wait for her dad to come back and then we'll decide what to do. Jungkook nodded. She looked at you while you lowered your eyes. I'm sorry, mom. It's okay. You made a mistake, but with the right guy who is willing to hold your hand forever, I'm happy. Oh my god, I still can't believe it. Feels like a movie, but I'm so happy that uncle and auntie agreed for your marriage, Professor John. You're seriously great. She said, looking at Jungkook while he smiled. I didn't do anything special. I did what I should. Your heart melted as you were feeling so lucky right now to fall in love with such a gentleman. So when are you guys getting married? We'll do it after the graduation. Only 3 months are left for that. Everyone will get to know about it. He held your hand. So what? It's not like we have committed a crime. Oh, Professor John, you are raising my standards. You all laughed. The day of your wedding had finally arrived, and the garden was a picture perfect scene of beauty and romance. The aisle was lined with blooming flowers, and soft music filled the air as you prepared to take the most important step of your life. Your father stood beside you, his arm linked with yours, offering silent support. Ready, sweetheart? He asked, his voice tinged with emotion. You nodded, taking a deep breath. Yes, Dad. As the doors opened, revealing the garden filled with family and friends, you began your walk down the aisle. Every step brought you closer to Jungkook, who stood at the altar, his eyes locked on you with a mix of love and admiration. When you reached him, your father placed your hand in Jungkook's. Take care of her, he said, his voice steady despite the tears in his eyes. Jungkook nodded, his grip on your hand firm and reassuring. I will, sir, always. The officiant began the ceremony speaking words of love and commitment, but your focus remained on Jungkook. His eyes held a promise, a silent vow of unwavering love and support. As it came time to exchange vows, Jungkook spoke first, his voice filled with emotion. The officiant then asked for the rings, and with a smile, you and Jungkook exchanged them, sealing your vows with a symbol of your eternal commitment. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Jungkook leaned in, his lips meeting yours in a kiss that was both tender and passionate, sealing the promise of your future together. As you turned to face your guest, Emily stood up, a mischievous grin on her face. Everyone, I have a little surprise announcement, she said, her voice carrying over the crowd. Our dear bride and groom aren't just starting their life together today, they're also expecting a little one. Gasps and delighted murmurs spread through the crowd. Emily continued, her eyes twinkling with joy. Their unborn child is so lucky to witness their parents' wedding, even before they are born. Laughter and applause erupted, and you felt their cheeks flush with a mix of embarrassment and happiness. Jungkook squeezed your hand, his eyes shining with love and pride. You really did make this a day to remember, he whispered, leaning close to you while you laughed softly, leaning into him. It's only the beginning. He chuckled softly and placed a kiss on your forehead. I love you and will forever. I love you too.